Hi, I'm Bianca Cordero, the registered dietitian and sports nutritionist at Mindset First. Today we're going to be talking about nutrition for social distancing. So with the recent development of COVID-19, a lot of us are socially distancing ourselves from other people, minimizing trips outside, especially to highly populated places like grocery stores. So one thing that I wanted to do for you was to give you some suggestions to reduce the amount of grocery trips that you have to take out. So one of the suggestions that I have for socially distancing yourself is to really make sure that the foods that you do have are less perishable. And so in order to do that, we have to make sure that we have space in our cupboards as well as space in our freezer. So one thing you might want to try and do is go through what you have at home already and try and use up a lot of those foods that you already have. This is going to help free up some space within your cupboards and also free up some space in your freezer. So another thing that you can do is make sure that all of the foods that are going bad sooner are at the front of your fridge and at the front of your cupboards to make sure that you're using everything. It's important to use everything all the time, but especially when you're trying to socially distance yourself away from having to go to the grocery store a million times. You want to make sure that you use everything so that you don't have to buy replacements as often. So then there's the obvious, so try having dry foods, so like dry beans, they're important because you want to make sure that you're having foods that are still fibrous. Also whole grain pastas will help, brown rice, certainly having canned foods is going to help you as well, especially proteins. I find that's very helpful to have lots of different variety of proteins, and so having canned seafood is a very easy option. And of course, using that freezer, you can also have more protein options in the freezer as well. And just also make sure that when things are maybe not perfectly textured anymore, so like things that are going a little bit soft or overripe, like vegetables and fruits that might be going overripe or soft, just making sure that you're using those in other things like stews or in fruit compotes instead, or smoothies, in order to minimize your waste and also to minimize the amount of trips out to go and get fresh veggies and fresh fruits. So if you've noticed, I've been talking a lot about having fruits and vegetables still, making sure that you're having those whole grain options and having protein, of course. So regardless of social distancing or not, it's very important to have a healthy diet with lots of variety and ensuring that you're getting each of your food groups, so that starch component to that protein component, as well as having that vegetable and fruit component. So just make sure that you're stocking up on non-perishable options for those, like canned vegetables or frozen vegetables, and also frozen fruit is also a great option. So just really think over some of the foods that you enjoy most and ensure to include perishable, non-perishable options for these foods. If you have any questions, you can contact us through email or through phone call, and we're still doing video visits as well as phone call visits. So you can book appointments in with us. But in the meantime, if that's not feasible, please leave some comments down below for some suggestions on other topics to be covered in video. Thank you, and keep safe and stay inside. Bye.